Now, WSYL's Sylvania Spotlight with Brian Trauring.
Paula Adam from the Buzz Book is here. Hello, Paula.
Hi, Brian. It's good to see you.
It's great to be with you. You're here to make an announcement today involving WSYL. So let's get into it. What's happening?
Yeah, through your creative juices and our ability to and our desire to collaborate with folks in our community, we're proud to partner with WSYL in highlighting the calendar version or the calendar section of the Buzz Book.
There are so many things happening in Northwest Ohio all the time, and I'm learning more about that as we go through the community calendar process. How did BuzzBook start? And tell us about what people can find within the BuzzBook pages.
Absolutely. We're actually the third owner of the Buzz Book. Next year marks our 20th year in publication. So we've owned the book for about 2.5 years now. Every owner of the Buzz Book has been proudly female owned, well known fact. And the book has grown over those 20 years. Started very small. It's always been a quarterly publication. And to this day, we publish 22,000 copies quarterly, and those are distributed to 10 counties across Northwest Ohio.
So if someone wants to get a hold of the Buzz Book,
Mhm.
as they should, how do they go about finding it if they don't know where to look?
Yeah, we are located at a variety of, I always want to say that the term newsstand, but that's such an old thing, but it feels like I should say we're available on newsstands. We don't have newsstands in Greater Toledo, but basically we're located at 350 locations across those 10 counties. Now that can be a grocery store, a doctor's office, a boutique, a hair salon. It can be at a variety of those locations that we've really, we've developed that distribution network over the lifetime of the book. The book is free. It's usually located in a rack, near where other publications are located, or on, a coffee table or an entryway. So a lot of the favorite places that you would patronize and shop and visit on a regular basis. If you're not able to find a copy, some of those locations, the copies disappear pretty quickly, especially the grocery stores, even though we try our best to restock when we can. There's some favorite locations at some grocery stores. Churchill's and Sauter's are two of our most popular locations. And the racks there house 100 copies, but those run out pretty quickly. So periodically I do get calls. I can't find my Buzz Book. Where can I find it? Well, as you can imagine, I can't readily rattle off those 350 locations geographically, but we have a really nice tool on our website through wonders of technology. There's a big button right on the home page that says Find My Buzz Book. And if you click on that, there are a few fields that you will form fill that asks for your street address and your zip code and your email. When you submit that form, it will return an email to you with all of the locations that are closest to your zip code and your street address that you've put in there.
And what's the web address?
The web address is www.buzzbookonline.com.
Okay. So what makes the Buzz Book unique and so popular?
Yeah, I think it's because it's truly hyper focused on our area. It's almost like one of those publications when you go to the beach or when you go to on vacation somewhere and you see one of those racks in the hotel lobby and you say, "What's going on in town? What should we be doing?" We enjoy being hyper focused, and I have a small group of freelance writers that we really enjoy coming up with an editorial calendar that's relevant to people in Northwest Ohio. We lean into the fact that it's getting cold and we're all bracing for winter here. We lean into the fact that it's summertime and we're celebrating that finite amount of summer that we have being in Northwest Ohio. We lean into recipes and topics and things that are really relevant to the Midwest. We also very much lean into the gems that make Northwest Ohio what it is. So whether it's the zoo, whether it's downtown Fremont, whether it's shopping in Findlay, whether it's farmers markets located across the region, we really try to lean into those things that are shop local, support local focused. And the articles reflect that content that focuses on those businesses and nonprofit organizations and entities that make our area so special.
You know, when I hear people say once in a while, there's nothing
There's
to
nothing
do
to
here.
do.
They aren't reading the BuzzBook. You know, there's a lot going on.
It's true. And we are not the end all be all, but I will tell you this, that a lot of people rely heavily on our calendar in the book to figure out what's going on in the community. People will tell you that print is dead, but I can tell you, after having served as editor for the last 2.5 years, print is not dead, and it's actually experiencing a renaissance among the younger generation, which I find very interesting as a person who is a marketer by trade. The book encompasses 4 pages in the back. It's a 64-page publication, and 4 of those are calendar pages. So it is chock full of submissions from advertisers and non-advertisers that we painstakingly put together each issue. It's out of those 64 pages, it's probably the most challenging 4 pages of the book for us to put together, because there's so much fact checking, and there's proofreading, and there's, we want to be that resource for people.
And if you get something wrong, it's...
Oh my goodness, my phone rings.
Yes, right.
Even though we have the caveat across the top of the page, it says, all information is, true and accurate as we believe it to be at the time of publication. But we also publish, we finish the book 6 weeks before it appears in the public. Mm-hmm. So things can change in those 6 weeks. But it's by and far the most popular section of the book.
And WSYL is really pleased to be partnering with BuzzBook. So BuzzBook will sponsor the community calendar announcements that people hear on the radio station.
Absolutely.
And we will have an ad in BuzzBook so they can see our presence, and it'll tell them how to get the station in case they don't know where it is or aren't unaware of it, which would be great for WSYL. Mm-hmm. But I think mainly it's just, again, it's community businesses supporting one another. That's so important, whether it's, joining the Chamber of Commerce or it's supporting events in the community. It is really important that local businesses help each other out. And I'm sure you find that in your day-to-day with the BuzzBook and beyond. Mm-hmm. So when you say it's coming out at the beginning of December, and then it will come out again, what's the next publication?
The next issue will be the spring issue, which publishes on March 1st.
So your BuzzBook that comes out in December, for example, it won't just have December occurrences. It'll be good for a period of months.
It'll be good for December, January, and February. So it'll be heavily holiday focused with regard to recipes and open houses and shopping experiences that we all get excited about during December. But also when January and February roll around and it's cold and we're all kind of looking for things to do indoors or outdoors, because that's another thing we like to celebrate. Just because we live in the cold doesn't mean we have to stay inside, so we'll talk about the winter activities that our parks have to offer, that some of the local organizations that you wouldn't think would be doing anything during the winter have things going on. So yes, it encompasses 3 months. And I can tell you, this is the 9th issue that we've published and that I've been editor of. I had too much content to fill the pages this time. We had so much good content that we had to take a second look at all of the content we had and pull back on some of the evergreen content to pare back what we had, because we had so many great things to put in this issue.
Which raises a question about the website. Is the website, is it just a reflection of what's in the print version, or do you add more material beyond what's in the print version?
That's a great question. We continuously work on the website that we inherited from the previous owner. It's very simple. The website offers their virtual page turn editions of the last year of the book. So those rotate. So right now you'll find 4 issues out there. So that'll be from last winter through the autumn edition. But as soon as we publish the winter edition, last year's winter edition will drop out. So technically you can go online and read a year's worth of BuzzBooks, or find a year's worth of advertising information or calendar information or all of those things. But it truly is just like a virtual experience. Now, there's a lot of exciting things we have planned for our 20th year. And some of those involve continuing to upgrade the technology, not only on the website, but what we post through social media as well.
That's a good tease.
So we'll have to... And that's all you're getting right now.
We'll come back and talk with you when you're ready.
Absolutely. We're excited. We're excited about the 20th year.
Just want to say thank you for partnering with WSYL and for all you're doing for the community. It's wonderful, and we couldn't be more pleased to be part of it.
We're incredibly grateful for your support and for your creative thinking and the collaboration. I think it's a win-win not only for each of our organizations, but for the community, truly.
Well, thank you, Paul.
Thank
Paula
you.
Adam with BuzzBook, and I'm Brian Trauring, and this is WSYL.